Welcome back to the garage, guys. I'm Damien, and this is the Baja. On today's video, there's really not much introductions and talking to do. We're just adding lights to the light bar that we made last week and pushing progress forward. So, instead of talking, I'm going to borrow a phrase from another YouTuber. Let's get crack-a-lacking. I can't lie, when you're fabricating stuff, sparks get everywhere. So I try to keep the lights in the boxes as much as possible. Unfortunately, when you're actually fine-tuning mounts for your lights, you kind of need to work with them, and so they came out of the box quite often. I broke out the 9-inch lights and set them in position. After that, I got out the 5-inch lights and did the same. The 9-inch footprint is rather large, but hopefully that translates into being nice and sturdy at high speed and over rough road. This 8x6 flat is a good indicator just how large the footprint is on the 9-inch lights. Those squares are just oversized. After cutting them out and cleaning the edges, I marked the plates and drilled 2 of the 3 mounting holes. Then I mounted the plates. Cleaned the paint off the light bar and position the light so the light can be tack welded on. After verifying the position a couple dozen times, I welded it up, repeated everything for the other side. Then I used the triangles I cut out as gussets to support the tabs when off-road. Next was the 5-inch lights turn. This is going to be much easier. I have some 2 1/4 inch flat that I'm simply going to cut the length and drill holes in. I mounted the lights and held them up to the bar. Alright, let's see how this thing fits now. I just opened up the gap between these ones, another 1/4 inch, and it should be a 1/2. And right about there is even. What do you guys think? It's just a sneak peek at the moment. Not bad if you ask me. about. It's not lined up. I'm not lining it up. I'm just holding it up to get a picture. Now that the spacing is confirmed, it's time to weld the 5-inch light mounts to the bar. After tacking everything, I verified again the spacing and then welded everything up. Including the 9-inch tabs. Alright guys, just finishing up welding all the tabs, the rough tabs. My goodness, I'm gonna need a new GoPro soon. Just wanted to show you what I was doing here. Here we go. All right, so put in the mounts for the 9s, and then the 4 5s in the middle. I just kind of stitched it along. I spaced that down so the 5s were going to be nice and centered in this. The 5s have a little bit of a standoff and then a rubber mat that goes underneath to isolate. Same with the 9s. But I wanted to make sure that I kind of had to space this piece down a little bit so that the lights are perfectly, well, I don't know if it's going to be perfect, but it's going to be real close. In between, they're going to be about 3/4 to 3/4 of an inch between them, all of the lights. I was really happy the way that came out. I've got to do all the cleanup work. I'm going to smooth it over, a little fluff and buff, as Morgan would say. But yeah, so I put this little kick in just so that as you hit, jumps and things of that nature, this tab doesn't bend. These are also going to be cut back a little bit. Going to do a little rounding and so forth, or notching of that. But yeah, that's it for now. It's way too hot to mount the lights back on it. Alright guys, I'm sorry about the GoPro lens. It looks like I hit it with some sparks and stuff and it got divoted. You probably see those little divots, those little spots. Some are white, some are dark. Anyway, my bad. My little Hero 7 Silver. Looks like it is not long for this world. But anyway, so the big thing is how to mount the light bar on the bug. I have to bring it down and forward just a skosh because of this right here. I'm going to cut this back as much as I can, but even with it's got to stand off the windshield that far. Ooh, I was thinking about mounting the lights over here, like putting this bar right here and then having it, like that. But then when I was testing the lights at night, I noticed that they shoot out a square, like where the light is focused. And because it's a square, if I had it put it like this, the square would be all cattywampus. So I ended up welding it down here, and so that the square would be even. I probably should have put all of these mounts up top so that I could suck it to the windshield as much as possible. But okay, so that's basically that's a lot. Not happy about that. Not too happy. Now it is going to get shorter, but 4.5 inches. Dang, bro, that is huge. I'm gonna have to figure something out. Even if it's cutting this thing apart and doing it again from the top. I could cut that off. That would suck. I could cut that off, put it up here, mount the lights from the top. And being upside down, I still have that focus beam area. Lots of stuff to think about. We'll see what happens and we'll go with that. All right, guys, it's the next morning. I'm still kind of happy with the way it came out. This in between, I think I could have done a lot better if I would have just went and bought some tabs instead of just making my own tabs, but whatever. It's this was less than 50 cents, so in metal, maybe $1, I don't know, but same with this. So I got all that metal down there for like, I'm gonna say $40, maybe $50. Here is the issue. I am going to be mounting this above the windshield in this orientation. But anyway, the issue becomes this sticks off the back 3 inches. That means it's going to be right about like that far off the windshield at the very least, because I need to be able to clear that. I don't want to sit here and be banging right on the A-pillar at all. So that's a trouble. That's trouble for me. I don't want it to stick too far off. I mean, it looks like my, you know, maybe we should name this bug the Minion, because, you know, the Minion movie, I have kids, forgive me, but the Minion movies have those goggles and they stick off their face, and it'll be like the goggles sticking off the face of it. There's an image I may not be able to get out of my head. So I'm gonna put this bar up. I'm trying to put it up to see how close and how funky it's gonna look. I know this is gonna be way lower than I'm gonna put it, because that would just be ridiculous. But the big problem is this. These tabs are sticking inside. And so that's not gonna work. The way it'll be is like this. So you can see exactly how far in those tabs go. That'd be bad. But if I put them up on top, I've got more than enough room, which kind of sucks, because that means today I get to do a lot of grinding. But as you guys have known, I don't hide my mistakes from you guys. There's some guys that'll be like, boom, it's done, look what I did, you know, and you don't know all of the absolute crap they had to trudge through. And I like those because it makes me feel that I can do it too, but then I get into stuff like this. And this is just part of building, running into things. And I haven't even driven it yet I'm running into things. But anyway, so I hope you enjoy seeing some of the issues that I'm coming against or coming up to, and how they're slowing down the project. Does it suck? Well, of course it sucks, but that's life, man. That's building stuff. And that's why we hire it out, because sometimes we don't have the patience for it. I don't have a choice. I have no money. So what are you going to do? And know that this is going to happen. And when you hit stuff like that, what do? You just deal with it and move on and keep going. So anyway, let's do it. Imagine some of you are joisting right now. Yes, I actually bought a bench vise, finally. With all of this tube work, I'm gonna need an easy way to hold, and these things are awesome. But anyway, I clamped it down and started cutting the 9-inch light mounts off. I'm speeding up the time lapse here, as I'm simply redoing everything I did before, just on the opposite side of the bar. All right, that's side 2 done. Actually, that came out a lot smoother, closer to it than I thought it would. As you can see, I'm using this thing. It just holds it right at the angle I want it to. That's why I like these things. Get yourself a bench vise, guys. You won't regret it. After cutting off the mounts, I sanded and flapper wheeled the devil out of the old welds and was pretty successful in cleaning everything up. Next, I repositioned the bars and started mocking up the lights. This worked well, but I found I liked being able to use the cardboard to hold the light up as I tack the mounts back on. Then I cut down the gussets. And once I verified the new position, I welded everything in place. Then I took some time and did a quick once-over with the sanding disc. Then I took some time to trim up the mounts. I mounted half the lights in place for a triple check of everything before calling it a day. Well guys, that's it for this video. I know what you're thinking. I know I hear you already. Where's the finished pick? Well, to be honest with you, it's not finished yet. I still got mounts and cleanup. Not quite ready for that yet. So the finished pictures are gonna have to wait. But thanks for spending some time with me in the garage today, guys. I hope you enjoyed it and got some ideas for your build as well. So until next time, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. I'm Damien, and this is the Binder Builder.